The 8 limbs of yoga are yama, abstinence, niyama, observance, asana, posture, pranayama, breath control, pratyahara, sense withdrawal, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, contemplation, absorption, or superconscious state. Asana is a steady, comfortable posture.
Life is amazing. It's just really amazing when you trust. And I really, really want you to understand that truth, because if it works for me, it works for everyone. And we just need to have that faith. Shri Patanjali tells us in one of the Sutras, which we haven't covered yet, that even if you do none of this study, but you have complete faith, strength, courage, determination, willpower to realize who you really are, you can get there. Even with doing nothing. Just having that faith. But where does the faith come from? You. And this is really what I want to stress. Remember, the faith comes from you. And then it's authentic, it's real. And when the universe feels it, you're not after a name or fame or anything in return, that it just works for the people that it needs to work for, and you become really just an instrument. We all become. I want you all to know that the divine is in you, and this is where we have to have it, inside. And when things go wrong and they don't come out our way, just to have the trust that it's all for the best. And that's the hardest thing to accept. Accepting pain for purification. Hardest thing to do when things don't work out the way you thought they would or wanted to. It's for the best, because if you are patient, you get your answers. You get your answers. You really just have to be patient. You really have to go through the bad time. I'm really sorry, and trust that it will pass. You're suffering? Okay. It's okay. It will pass. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe in a month, maybe 2 months, who knows, but it will pass. But always remember this one truth. One door closes, another one opens. Another opens. You lose your family because of family disputes or jealousy or whatever. You make friends that are more like your family than your own family. You just don't realize that this is happening. But when you open the eye of, they call it the third eye, but it's really the divine eye, you see everything happens for the reason. We're here to be educated in spirit, and spirit is not material. Let's continue with Patanjali. So we have covered in the last few weeks all the yamas and the niyamas. They're the first 2 limbs of yoga. I'd like to recap Sutra 28, Book 2. The secret to finding this trust. If you don't have it naturally, there's a way to get there. And it was by the practice of the 8 limbs of yoga, the impurities dwindle away, and there dawns the light of wisdom, leading to discriminative discernment. And then he lists the 8 limbs of yoga, doesn't he? So clearly. Will you, those who know, say it with me. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So he lists them. So, and if you look at them, yama, the first one, which is abstinence, is things you do like with the world, right? Non-violence, no stealing, truthfulness, your relationship with the world and yourself. The second part, niyama, which we finish now, socha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya, and ishvara pranidhanam, surrender to God, are more internal states, right? Practice purity of mind. Yeah, and body. Look after your body, because your body is your temple. Keep remembering that. It doesn't belong to you, it's a temple. So when you treat it badly and you're mean to yourself, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your temple, because the temple's your gift from God. So you have no right to hurt yourself or insult yourself or tell yourself you're not good enough. You don't have that right. It doesn't belong to you. You're on loan. Okay? So don't do that if you're doing, I'm not good enough, I can't. Yes, you can. I can. Why? For the divine in me. Higher self, higher self, higher self. So this is all the niyamas. And then the next limb is asana, right? Now, asana is what? Posture. Posture. And most people associate asana with hatha yoga, which is absolutely fine to do that. But what I love is Sri Patanjali's translation of it. And it is, and for all teachers or all people who study hatha yoga, you really should know this sutra in Sanskrit. Sthira Sukham Asanam. Asana is steady, comfortable posture. I love this, because this for me is my guide with asana. Asana posture, when people do hatha yoga, they sometimes try to force themselves into positions that their body can't do. It's not about forcing yourself. I keep telling my students this again and again. We all have different body shapes. We all have bone structures that are slightly different. You know, I know many of my students can put their legs all the way out when they stretch them out. I can only go this much. Why? I explained to them. My body is up to here, my waist is here, my legs are there. The moment I push my legs out, my hips hurt, because I'm forcing it, because my body doesn't allow the natural movement. Somebody who has a longer body, longer leg, they can do it. The hips will take the movement. My hips won't. Okay, this is all things that I learned from myself. I had to cause myself a few injuries before I learned. and so, but other people can do a lot. So always, and if you can do more, do more. You must do more. So asana, why do we practice asana? Simply to have steady, comfortable posture. Now, if you're not well, you know what happens when you sit down. What happens? Achiness, fidgety, right? You become very fidgety, uncomfortable, you do that. And why does that happen? 2 reasons. Do you know the reasons? Anybody like to tell me the reasons?
Well, if you're not feeling well, your muscles are sore, your body just wants to relax, you're not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, because your body's sick or not well or full of toxins, right? The body is full of toxins, it's not doing good. Or?
The mind is too all over the place.
Okay. 2 reasons why you can't sit. Now, it's very difficult to control the mind. It's much easier to control the body. So asana is so interesting, because steady, comfortable posture. So just let's do a bit of movement now, just to see how incredible posture is, okay? It is so incredible. And posture can mean, well, the hatha yoga sequence that's designed by my beautiful master, the 12, is really for me all you need. And then you can add in 1 or 2 just to make it fun or different. But it's all you need, because if you think from Surya Namaskaram, all of you know, sun salutation. Yeah? Everybody's done salutations in the room? Okay, so you know when you stretch up now. Just stretch up. You can stretch up sitting down as well. Just stretch and feel what's happening to the side of your body. Feel the stretch. Close your eyes. Be aware of the stretch. Now, stretch even higher from your base of your spine up. Oh, feel it really stretch now. And now gently bend back a little bit. And then you bring your body forward, right? And then you touch your toes and just relax and just go on the floor. Relax, relax, don't force. Drop your head, drop your head. That's it. Easy, comfortable posture. Now you can sit up, close your eyes and visualize the rest. Bring the left leg back, left knee on the ground, looking forward. Great. Go into downward dog. Buttocks high up into the air, looking at your toes, creating a wonderful triangular shape. Step the toes back into plank. Knees on the ground, inhale. Chest and chin on the ground. Hips on the ground, gently lift your head. Pressing on the palms of your hands, back into downward dog. Looking at your toes, creating a beautiful V shape, arms outstretched. Place the right knee on the ground, the left leg all the way forward, all the way further forward in between your hands, looking forward. Stretch the back leg, step forward. Looking at your knees, standing up, relax. Gently slide the hands up your legs, your thighs. Make a T shape with your arms out to the side. Bring the arms up over your head, bending slightly back and back into prayer position. Did you do the posture in your head? Okay, I was telling them this on Tuesday class yesterday. I remember one time I was in India with Gurudev, and he asked me to stay at the ashram in Coimbatore. He was staying with his nephew, Ramaswamy. And there was a group of Iranians that came from Iran. And a really nice group of people. And at that time it was quite illegal to practice yoga in Iran. They had quite a lot of problems. Anyway, so there was one girl in the group who had suffered some injury and she couldn't do much hatha yoga. So Gurudev said to me, "Oh, Nalanie, you can do hatha yoga with her, but she won't be able to move." And I said, thinking, what's the point? And then he could hear me think, because he was really good like that. And he goes, "Because if she can see it and visualize it, even if she can't do it, she can get better." So we did the class with her sitting down. And of course, the postures she could do, some of the easier ones she could do, she did. But most of it, like Surya Namaskaram, she couldn't do. And backward bends, she couldn't do. Anyway, when she finished the class, her movement was 100% better. Because she had asana in her thoughts. And then I saw the power of the mind and the body working together. And of course, when you're so focused on the posture, what happens to your mind after the class?
Focused.
It's quiet, right? Yeah, focused, quiet. And that's a really good time to just stay still and not think of anything. Just be still. As the Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." It is in the silence that we find that consciousness, that higher power. It's in the silence that we find it. Sometimes I wonder why I talk. Because that's where it is, in the silence. And when you realize you work your asanas together with your mind and focus and do them rather than the mind going everywhere. That's why when you do an asana class, if you find the students are getting like automatic movement, you raise your voice a little bit so they wake up. So it's not automatic. It becomes they're conscious of their movement. They're conscious that they're doing the posture for a reason. And of course, you all know when you do the Paschimottanasana, which is the full forward bend, what are you doing? What are you squeezing out? Toxins. And you can really feel it, right? So you're pushing out the toxins. And then when you're stretching out, what are you doing? You can feel what's happening there.
Lymphatic system.
Yes, and the lymphatic system here, right? And then when you do, like for your head, you know, move them to the side or whatever, what are you working on? You know, yeah, and also your vagus nerve, yeah, carotid artery, vagus nerve, which starts from here. All those things that get blocked when you're on the computer all the day. Simple movements help to release those blockages. And then what happens? You're able to sit without a neck ache, which is what most people have today, is this part is in trouble. Right? Because up, right? This part is really in trouble. So you kind of work on these and you work on your arm to turn round. You can do that with me now. Inhale. Let's make a nice big circle with the arm, with the other arm. Make a nice big circle and just keep moving. And if you want, you can stand up actually. Why don't we just stand up? So just let's just, we talked about the neck, right? And I've realized so many people that come and see me, sometimes there's so much tension and headache. And really it's not the mind. It's the body, because if your body doesn't feel well, then of course your mind's going to go everywhere. When we come to Sutra 30 in book 1, Sri Patanjali tells us what gets you on a downward spiral. Disease. Yeah, disease, what happens next? Dullness. What happens next? Doubt. What happens next? Carelessness. When you're careless, you become lazy. Then all you want is, why can't you make me happy? And then after that, you fall from ground, gain. Everything you've gone through, what happened to me? I was so good before. And then you struggle to get back, you struggle, okay? All starts when the body isn't well. So when your body is starting to feel sick, do asana right away. Just do, even if you do 15 minutes, like I said, Gurudev's 12 steps, and you know, I think you all have the little booklet that I've given you in all the teacher trainings. Just keep it in your pocket. Do 20 minutes. You don't need to do more. Okay? And then maybe once a week do a long class. Better to do something than nothing. Okay? So let's just work on the neck and just see how easy this is and how simple. So just bring your right arm up and put it over your head and push your head to the side. Now, do you feel the stretch on the other side? Now, we have this muscle here where the vagus nerve also stands. So I want you to just like massage it like this with your hands. Can you all see me? And just massage it downwards like this. And now, lift the head straight up, release your arm, and notice what's happening in your head. Do you feel a little dizzy? Do you see something's happening there? Some oxygen is moving there. The other arm, and do the same, push it towards you. And now, just give a massage on the side, feel it. All the way from the vagus nerve on that muscle gently and yet firm. And if you can't move your head too much to the side, means it's really stiff. And now bring it back. And you feel, move it from side to side. Close your eyes for a moment. And now open your eyes. So something so simple. And then we said the arms, so you roll the arms back. This is what the Chinese do a lot. If you go to the garden in the morning in Hong Kong at 7 o'clock, you go to the park and they're all doing this, or they're doing Tai Chi, and they're just doing circular movements. Right, just like that. And now go the other way for coordination. Yeah, so simple. But it releases, can you feel at the back of your shoulders there, where we carry all our aches and pains and carry the problems of the world and release. And then always roll the shoulders back and down, and always remember to breathe. And exhale. And now notice, it's really important you notice, because where you put your attention is where you heal, right? Everybody knows that. Where you put your energy is, and your attention, that's where the healing goes. So you want to heal yourself, you need to visualize it as well as doing it, okay? So this is really, really important. And the most simplest of movements is one of the best things to do when you wake up. It's just basically this. Move from side to really relax your body. Relax. Remember, asana is steady, comfortable posture. Good, you learn it. That's it. Enjoy it and just move from side to side. Enjoy the feeling, the waist. Can you feel your waist feeling so good with this movement? How simple is this? Get up from your bed in the morning. Do this and just stay still. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. I want you to notice when you're quiet what's happening with your hands. Open your eyes. Anybody?
Energy.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, energy, yeah.
Yeah, because these are the healing chakras, right? So the moment you relax and you're just focusing on what's happening in your hands, and there's not a million thoughts, I hope. There's one thought. Focus. What's happening in my hands? Not anything else. Oh, I'm going to a dinner party tonight. Da, 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 da. What's happening in my hands? Where you put your attention, what happens to the hands?
Energy goes there.
Really good time for healing. Okay? So any part in your body you want to heal, place it there. Right. Place it there, wherever you want to heal. Your hip, whatever. And of course, the longer you stay in silence, the more energy builds up in your entire body. This is why the Chinese do Tai Chi. Any of you done Tai Chi before? Mm-hmm. It's brilliant, isn't it? So if you can't do asana, because I meet a lot of men that don't want to come to a hatha class. I don't know why. There's too many women there, they told me. So, but then they would go to a Tai Chi class. Or they'll go to Shotokai or Wing Chun, which is martial arts. And it's all the same. You know, it just because we talk about hatha yoga, you know, it doesn't mean, sometimes we get so like, has to be hatha yoga. But some people just really don't want to do it. So they go, oh Nalanie, will I ever get well? Yeah, try walking half an hour a day, try something else, try swimming, try Tai Chi. And they focus so well with Tai Chi. You know, there's so many ways to move your body, but you need to move your body. You really need to move your body. And especially when you get older, okay? And I'm 69 now, and I do know the difference, because before I could like jump on the floor like this, and in 2 seconds get up, and now I have to hold. I never had to hold. And I go, oh Liz, sign of getting older.
It's respecting your body.
Yeah, because it's I can move up, but not as fast as I could jump up before. Literally, I'm talking about 2 years ago, I could jump up. And I'm, So keep moving the body, never stop. That's what it gives you, the exercise and the movement. So that's why asana, why do you want to be healthy? Because you want to realize, you come to this life to self-realize, right? You wouldn't be in this room if you weren't. You wouldn't be on Zoom if you didn't. You came to this life to enjoy connecting with God, enjoy connecting with the divine. You don't want to be here because you're having one. You know the world, so many problems, right? How many times I have had people see me this year, the people they love the most, how much pain have they got from the people they love the most, the people they help the most, and they're so broken. I go, you know what? Non-attachment. They love you so much, they're teaching you to look inside. Not outside for people to make you happy, but inside to that connection with your higher power. And when you have that energy, the right person will be sent to you. It just works that way. It just works that way. The universe does it. But if you want to force situations to happen the way you want to, and you stick at something because you're stubborn, you want to control it, it doesn't work. You have no control, do you? Do you?
No.
You know, life has really shown you can love somebody so much all your life, bring them up a certain way, and next thing you know, boom, they're the other way. Why? I don't know. No answers. Just trust. Trust. It's all for the best. It's all for the best. So this is why we do asana. So of course, one thing good is like the forward bending postures is so good for the toxins. And then you do the bow pose. When you do the bow pose, you see you working on this whole area, your entire spine. How good is it for you? It keeps you supple for a long time. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. And your heart is beating, breathe out. Listen to your heartbeat. Can you control it? Who's keeping your heart beating? What power, what consciousness? Because you're not doing it. You're not telling your heart to beat. Who's running your machine? What's running your machine? Relax your shoulders. Move your head from side to side. And we'll just be still for a few seconds. Open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. I see the divine in you. I'd like you all to just put your hands out and move as far as you can, to twist as far as you can to the back without moving your body too much. Notice where you stop. Notice, okay? Now bring your hands back. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Now without moving, imagine you're putting your arms up and you're going to twist to the back, and this time notice how far you get. A beautiful twist all the way back. Now gently bring the arms back and bring the arms down to your side. Now open your eyes. Bring up your hands. And now move to the back and see how far you go. Did you notice how much more?
Yeah, that's great.
Even I notice how much more for me. Do you see the power of the mind? So simply. And that's the gift we've been given. When we give our power away to negative thoughts, we give our power away. When people put us down, we give them our power. We sell ourselves short. But if we can fill our lives with love, we take the power that God gives us. We take that and we apply it to our body, and we give the body the love it deserves because it is our temple. Because we're not taking its power away. Anger, fear, jealousy, greed, all these things take our power away. And we so readily give it away. Don't. Respect what you've been given. It's a gift. And if you are kind and loving and people aren't kind and loving, don't allow them to make you bitter and unkind, because they take away your love from God and they take away your power. But you feeling bad, of course you feel bad as humans, but don't give the power away. Cry as much as you need to, and then get it over with. But keep that love. Don't allow anybody to take love from your heart. Don't fear loving. We talked about it on Saturday at our relationship thing, right? The most powerful thing is love. But love brings with it pain, suffering as well, because it molds us to go beyond ourselves, to make sacrifices that we never believed we could make. And love also brings us to the point to know who we really are, standing naked, as Kahil Gibran say. Who are you really? Why are you loving? Are you loving because you want something for somebody or from somebody, or are you loving because you are just loving? Because if you are loving for the sake of loving the universe, and God is with you, but when you are loving for the sake of wanting something from somebody, you're at a lost case anyway. It's doing business. But that brings pain. Because there's no perfection in this world, and accept that's part of the growing process. And that pain only makes you grow and makes you learn to give more in some ways, or to say no in other ways. I'm not letting you take my freedom and my power away. Or yes, you are teaching me to grow to be somebody I never thought I could be. It can be either way, but you have to have discriminative discernment to know that. Nobody can do that for you. You can talk to 100 friends and they don't get the right advice. Be careful. So listen to you. Your soul has the truth. And sometimes I know it's hard to distinguish which is which. People tell me, Nalanie, but I don't know, is this coming from my heart or my mind? I don't know where it's coming from. Because you want something so badly that you can't discriminate. When the want goes away, you know. But while you want it so badly, sorry, you're going to be attached to it. And this is why we do practice the 8 limbs of yoga, so we get those quiet moments of connection with the divine. And when we get those quiet moments, I don't know what, something happens to our system. Something just makes that boom, that awareness it wakes us up. Otherwise it seems like sometimes we're in this black cloud. I call it the black cloud because people can't see a way up. But now you don't know how much in love I am. But how can you be in love when you're being treated so badly and you're crying all the time and you're angry all the time? How can this be love? Think, oh, but I'm in love. But you're living in hell. Why do you call hell love? Where is the discriminative discernment gone? Oh, but love should be unconditional. Yes. But are you intrinsically the same, You've got to see these things clearly. Because if you're not seeing clearly, you will always be torn. You will always be torn. And always look for, like I said, good person, kind person. Always. Look how they treat animals. Look at how they treat other people. Notice consideration, kindness. These things are important. Really, because otherwise there are so many, bless you, there's so many relationships that people go together for the wrong reasons. So, but if you have a kind person, things always, because you're going for the real reason, love. And even then it's not easy. There's always adjustments, always. But then they're fun because it's a challenge. It's a challenge for you. Can I give a little bit more? Am I giving myself away or am I just loving more? And I'm loving more because there is a piece to it. When you're giving yourself away, there is a little anger with it. And that's how you know. And start to get comfortable with the love inside you. Not the low esteem person. No, I'm not good enough. God doesn't love me. Nothing's working. No, you're absolutely loved because consciousness is love. It gave itself into all of us. Consciousness, we're part of that consciousness. It's just like we're different pieces of the same piece of gold, right? Take a bar of gold to the jewelers and say, I want a ring, a necklace, all different words for them, but same gold. Because we wanted to experience these feelings, so we asked for it. And if you keep saying, I asked for this experience, I asked to understand pain, I asked to enjoy love, I asked to be attached so I know the pain of attachment, I asked to remember the divine, and I keep forgetting. I asked. So when you live in this connection with the divine in you, or the higher self, when you live in God, it almost feels like you're in another dimension. So sometimes you will feel this discomfort or not belonging. You think you don't belong anywhere, right? Initially, you will feel there's nowhere I belong. And after you leave that initial feeling of there's nowhere I belong, and you get used to that feeling of living in this dimension where you're always aware of God in you and communicating with the divine energy. I am spirit, I am soul, I am energy, I'm part of the cosmic chain of love. When you get used to that, then what happens? You belong everywhere. You belong everywhere because you realize everywhere is nowhere and nowhere is everywhere anyway. When this body goes, it's like that. And that's the realization we want, so that we can live a beautiful life. When things go wrong, this is good for me. That person hurt me, so I learned to be free. I don't want this to happen again, right? You don't repeat the same mistakes. Remember that. And then you move forward, you let go and you trust. That's how we started off today. Trust. Trust the love in you. Trust. Because when you love, you know how you love. And when you're in that pure love, you know you feel very connected and happy at that time. So you just develop it with God, or the God within you. All right? I'd like to thank my beloved Master Sri Swami Satchidananda for his love and all the teaching.